Good morning, and I knew this video would start in this way. It is currently 6 o'clock here in Northern California. We have made it up to Napa Valley, the famous wine region, and we are here in the beautiful Alila Napa Valley Hotel. And I told Seb last night that we should meet at 6 o'clock this morning so that we can jump in the car and have a couple of hours to ourselves. And well, I've got the entire morning to myself. I don't have a car and I don't have Seb, which is not going to plan. But I kind of assumed that this might happen, and I have heard from Seb this morning. But this hotel is stunning. I will show you it when we come back. Oh, and there she is. Look at that.
Good morning.
There she is, I said. I thought the car was arriving, but Seb is also here in quite possibly the most interesting colour I've ever seen on an RS6. How good does that look? I don't even know what colour this is. It's almost like a frozen citrus green on camera and in my eyes, but mate, what is this colour?
It's a new colour for the Performance.
It looks...
I think it's San Marino grey matte.
I mean...
But I may be saying something completely wrong.
How good does this look though?
It looks incredible with the wheels. And
yeah.
Also you'll like the interior spec. It's a very simple, straight to the point, but effective and nice interior spec. There you go.
Oh yes, white stitching, Alcantara. Actually, it's grey stitching, but yeah, carbon fibre. Oh, we've lucked out with this one.
We've done well, haven't we? Worth the wake up. Have you explained what time it is yet?
Yeah, I have, yeah. I also explained that you're late, but you've arrived with the car, so I'll let you off.
The rumble of the V8 is nice. You can also kind of feel it through your seat more than you can, for example, with the M3 Touring.
And actually, at slow speeds, you can also feel the gearbox mechanically moving the car forward and back to give you that sensation that you're shunting. But when you're obviously flat, it gives you a real sort of authentic race car feel to the shifts, which gives it a little bit more character. Let's be honest, if you're buying an RS6, you are a family man, but also a huge petrol head.
You love cars. It's ridiculous that a car this size and weight can do that.
And the entire time, it puts a massive smile on your face.
Oh, it's got a proper amount of grip as well.
You could have, I mean, yeah, this road is absolutely perfect. It's got endless amount of torque. The turning is so sharp, and I love the Alcantara steering wheel. It just kind of gives you an additional layer of grip that I think when you start pushing on, I don't know about you, but I get really sweaty palms because I'm having so much fun, and this kind of acting as a towel. You've got a whole set of fresh tyres, lighter wheels, more power, more torque, a whole clever system working underneath you to just keep the wheels pointing in the right direction. And actually, what I really enjoy in this car is the feel that Audi have put back into the steering, the pedals, the gearbox, all of the touch points as a driver. I mean, it's turning me into an absolute hooligan.
This road is incredible.
But I think that's a really important factor. Like, all of the touch points of this make it feel so much more special. That sound as well.
Yeah, the sound is coming from them. I know, I'm sorry to keep comparing to the Touring, but it's just because they're fast wagons, but it has so much more character with that noise. Which, if you were going to compare
99% of BMWs against Audis. The BMWs probably would come on top. And I've always said, as a driver's car, the BMWs are phenomenal. But actually, interestingly, like, listen to this rumble.
Yeah, it is nice.
I would love to drive this back to back with, this doesn't compete with anything from BMW, but I'd love to drive it back to back to get a real feel for the steering on both cars, because driving this at 6 a.m. in the morning, now coming up to 6:45 actually, and not having anything really to compare it to, I'm actually blown away at how direct and responsive it is, like from the throttle to the steering, and the way that the front end actually communicates with the steering. Like, we're here now, second gear. You can get on the power so early. The brakes are phenomenal.
Yeah, brakes are outrageous. Huge brake calipers.
Oh, I bet it sounds unreal from the outside. This road is ridiculous, by the way. We're driving into the clouds. What a cool way to start the morning. Who needs caffeine? I mean, we were joking about doing a video because there are so many little artisan coffee shops where we are in Napa Valley that we were going to completely rip off Sam and do getting a coffee in the new Audi RS6 Performance. You don't need caffeine.
No, this is all you need.
Well, this is now an incredibly powerful look with all of the RS6s and RS7s lined up for everyone to go out for their morning drives. It shows just how early myself and Seb got up. This was empty about 2.5 hours ago, and now it is full. Everyone's having breakfast, and then they're going to be jumping in their respective cars to go out and enjoy some of the roads. Myself and Seb will stay here, have a little bit of breakfast. It gives me the perfect opportunity to show you this beautiful hotel. I really like the satin blue. This is a Ascari blue matte, and have a look at how big the front discs and brakes are on the RS7. Just how good does it look? No front number plate. It exposes this entire aggressive grille. I love the rear arches and shoulders on the RS7. I just love the silhouette of the RS7. This is my preferable model over the RS6, which I know is fairly rogue, but I don't know what it is. I just think it looks so much cooler, especially in matte. It accentuates all of the sharp lines, and a bird has just landed on the RS6. How rude. But yeah, very, very cool. The Nardo grey RS7 is over there, and then the silver. What the hell? Look at that bird. Look at that. The birds here do not care. There you go, off it goes. Yeah. This is very, very cool. I do like an all-black Nuke spec car, especially with these champagne wheels. But, okay, yeah, the estates are cool. But when you then look at this bit of the RS7, this is the angle for the RS7. So aggressive, looks so cool. And yeah, I mean, what a way to kickstart the day. Unbelievable. How cool is this when it comes to hotel room locations? I am on the doorstep of the wonderful V8s rumbling. The RS6 Performance has just started up there. The satin blue RS7 Performance is there. And this is the front entrance to my room. So if we shut the door like so, welcome to the most fanciest toilet I've ever seen. The seat opens automatically. Ridiculous. But here we go. Here is my hotel room here. We've got a walk-in wardrobe storage space there. We've got a little bathroom here with a bath, which looks rather nice. Hasn't been used. But then, weirdly, I've got another bath on the balcony there. So a really, really nice space. A huge TV that connects to your Netflix. So I was having Netflix on last night whilst I was chilling, doing a little bit of editing. You can do a lot of concierge services through that screen there. So rather than dialing 0 and getting through to the hotel reception, everything is done through that iPad there, which is rather spectacular. And then we have this beautiful balcony that overlooks a wonderful property next door, but you've got almost this like Japanese garden feel to it, because we've got a stream running down there, so you've got the sounds, you've got these beautiful colorings, and you can see the cloud cover is starting to just come up a little bit. The sun will start burning through that soon. And then I've got a bathtub on the balcony. It's a really, really cool hotel room. Nice little seating area there, and a fire pit here too. So all you could ever ask for in a hotel room. Very luxurious. This hotel is wonderful. We are now going to wait for the cloud cover to clear, have some breakfast. Some of the guys are heading out in that direction over there into the mountains, and you can literally see how light it is getting over there. And then it is time for Seb and myself to enjoy the RS7 Performance. This is how insane the weather is. Approximately 30 minutes ago, I jumped in the shower whilst it was cloudy to get ready for filming the RS7 this afternoon, and already it's looking much better and sunnier. At the moment, only the Nardo Grey. Everyone is out in their cars. Me and Seb are waiting for the RS7 to come back. But yeah, this is looking pretty goddamn perfect. Let's give it some beans. Now it drives very similar to the RS6. I actually prefer the visuals from the outside of the RS7, but seeing as you've got an M3 Touring, you'd go estate, right? I'd
go RS6. I prefer the RS6 for some reason. I mean, I think this looks great, but there's just something about the added practicality as well of having that extra little bit of space in the boot, which means you can pack upwards, which is nice.
Now, the one thing that I am so impressed by is, considering this car is so big and quite heavy, Audi are magicians to shed the weight, or at least make it feel like, from a driving perspective, that it is so much lighter. It's incredibly nimble, four-wheel steer, unbelievable amount of torque. And I just feel like, because I'm now in a coupe or the sportback version, that you can drive it that little bit harder. I feel like the estate is a bit more understated. You got to cruise a little bit more. This just turns me into a bit of an asbo, and my God, can you carry speed through the corners?
Yeah, the grip is pretty ridiculous.
Yeah.
And maybe that extra 50 Newton meters of torque that the Performance has gives you that, see what I mean there?
Yeah, it's super, super responsive. So much so that we've been driving this around and both of us have been missing shifts.
Yeah, you miss the shifts really quickly. And the way the display's done, it's like inversed, and I find it a bit confusing.
It's a ferocious acceleration. An incredibly responsive car. And I think Audis of past, or Audis of previous, have been a numb driving experience. I remember going and driving the RS5 for the first time, and I was like,
I haven't driven one either.
It's a little bit disconcerting knowing that the steering and the pedals are lacking feel, whereas this, like, that shit, there you go, there's another shift that I missed.
Yeah, you need to be on it. They've recalibrated the gearbox a bit so that there's more character to the shift.
And you can feel it.
Yeah.
You can feel that they've injected so much personality into it. And yes, it's computerized, but I mean, the sound is the one thing that,
compared to the M3 Touring, having the V8 does make a difference. It does that.
Yeah. And with one final missed shift on the acceleration of the RS7 Performance, we headed back to Alila Napa Valley Hotel, where we had a spot of lunch and sadly a transfer awaiting us, where we had to say goodbye to the beautiful weather, scenery, roads, and the legends at Audi as we made our way down to Los Angeles and found ourselves in quite interesting circumstances where you will see from the video shot over the last month what an amazing 2 weeks we had in the wonderful world of Los Angeles.